Welcome back, trainers, and it's finally time for me to use Mew in the Great League. This is going to be the first time I've ever used it. As a matter of fact, this right here is my first Go Battle League battle using Mew. And these are the moves that I'm going to have. There's something oddly satisfying about using Surf with a blue Mew. It's just that much fun. So we're going to be pairing it up with Shadow Mawile this entire video and putting a random third Pokemon here and there just to see what we can do. We're going to use Gramble, we're going to use Toxicroak, we're going to use Crafty, we're going to have some fun here, and we're going to maintain the same moves on the Mew the entire time. So with that said, there's really not much more. I could go on and on, to be honest, but let's get into the commentary here. Now, let's talk about the Gramble really fast. Why do I have the Fairy Charge move instead of, say, Close Combat, which is going to be fantastic on Gramble? Well, that's because I don't want to get caught up against another Charm user and have really nothing that's going to be doing much damage. If I do have that Fairy move, it's going to be doing good against them as well as Dragon types. So with that said, let's see what we have going on here. They're going into that Vigoroth. We're going for that Power-Up Punch, taking them out. They have a shiny Toxicroak. You know, that's one of my favorite looking shinies. It's just so clean. So let's see what we can do here. It's looking pretty awesome. We're going to swap into the Mew and go for that Surf. After we did get that last shield, looking pretty clean, and Mew able to get to another Surf. Do you see what I'm talking about? How you see those blue bubbles with that blue Mew? It's just fun. Alright, so we're taking the first battle ever using our Mew. Very nice. Let's keep it moving here. Now, this was last night. I couldn't wait. I was just like, let's just go into Go Battle League. And I won some, and I just kept going. And I was like, all right, well, don't use up all your sets right now. So anyways, we have a Swampert lead here. This is actually pretty good, considering that Surf is going to be doing decent damage. It's not a Shadow Swampert, so we don't have to worry about hard-hitting moves. But then they hit me with Earthquake, and I'm thinking to myself, yep, pretty much. All right, so we're going for another Surf. They're actually going to be shielding up. We're going to swap it to our Gramble now, and they're going into their Skarmory here. Now, most people are going to be thinking I do have Close Combat, and that is going to be doing quite a bit of damage to Skarmory, even though it is part Flying, because it is going to be also part Steel as well. And doing another crunch. They're letting it go through, though, so we're going to go ahead and swap into our Mawile here. And seeing that we are up a shield, we're actually going to be able to farm down. I think we farmed down the Swampert here. Oh, no, we don't even risk it. We're just going to hit that Power-Up Punch and say, nah, we're good here, taking out that Swampert. And I do believe they back out at this point, and we're able to win another battle with this Mew. Fantastic. Let's keep it going here. And we got some pretty awesome challengers that we are able to use this Mew up against. And we're met with the Diggersby. So this is interesting. Our Shadow Claw is not very effective. And of course, our Surf is going to be super effective. So this is a battle that I kind of want to stay in here. We do have Venusaur, looks like, that we're testing out now. So I wonder what they have in the back here. And they're going to go straight for Earthquake, in which we're going to be shielding that. So now we're down a shield. Going to kind of be able to slightly outpace them regarding that Surf, but they're going to be able to get to that Fire Punch, but that's not really going to do much. But they're swapping into a Galvantula, and we're going to go right into our Shadow Mawile here, doing a ton of damage with the Fire Fang, and they're going for a Discharge. They're not even playing around. They just want to take us out, and we're just going to go ahead and go for the Power Punch, and they're going to be able to take us out there with the Volt Switch that was actually applied before I use my charge move. So we're going to go in here with Mew. They're going back in here with Diggersby, and we're going to go straight for the Surf here. And they're going for a shield. I wonder what they got in the back. Wonder if something that we're going to be able to take out with the Mew here. So I decide to go ahead and swap into my Venusaur and start farming up. We're shieldless at this point, and it is going to be in a Zoom roll. So put a smile on my face. Looks like we're going to be able to potentially win this here. Going for the Frenzy. We're going to get a shield, or we're going to do a ton of damage. So we're getting that last shield out of them. Almost do another Frenzy, but they're going to be throwing that Ice Beam, of course, because otherwise they're KO'd here. And then we're going to be able to actually go in here with the Mew and go for the Wild Charge. Now, the reason why I don't go for it immediately when I have the energy is because I was trying to calculate it perfectly, and I was off by one Shadow Claw. But I guess that's pretty good for my, let's say, like, third battle using this thing. So, going on to the next day here, and let's see what we have. Up against a Hypno, beautiful. They're going to be swapping into Scrafty. We're going to go right into our own Scrafty that we're going to be using right now. So this is, you know, just a battle that I'm trying to stall out on, because we don't want to throw in the Mawile up against it. And we're going to go for a Power-Up Punch as well. I do believe we shield this up and then farm down. I thought I was going to have to throw the Power-Up Punch, but we're actually able to farm down, which is nice because now we can hit that Foul Play. They're bringing back the Hypno here, and Dark resist Psychic so much that even with that little bit of health, we're able to survive. Swapping into the Mew to start gaining some farm energy from super effective Shadow Claw, but unfortunately, they're going to be swapping into an Umbreon here. So, you know, this team has been constructed pretty well with these different various Pokemon that we're using, but mostly for the Shadow Mawile, it's pretty good. I like it. Although we're just going to have some trouble up against grass once the Mawile does go down, depending on what we do have for our third Pokemon. But yep, Mawile's going to be able to handle this Umbreon here to some degree. We just got to look out for that Hypno, which does potentially have a Fire Punch, but we're able to take it down. Let's go. And then they back out at this point. We're taking the win with the Mawile at the end. Gotta love it. So this is incredible to pair up these two together here. We've never seen this before. Never used Mew before, so this is awesome. New content here. So up against the Deoxys, and this is again another good matchup for us here. They're throwing the Psycho Boost and swapping. Yeah, it's a decent strategy considering the 30-second timer, and they're going into their own Mew. Very interesting. Looks like we're still going to be going with Scrafty here, and this is actually decent. We'll be doing super effective with this here. Let's see if they want to shield up or let it go. And they're letting it go down. What do they have for us here? Come out back in with the Deoxys. That makes sense. We're going to go ahead and throw this here. And I almost think that they would want to farm down. Maybe they're going to try to hit us with another Psycho Boost and retreat again. Well, now they're going to probably do that. All right, so we're just throwing in our Mew just to do some more damage here. Maybe trying to get a shield out of them, but they didn't give it up, unfortunately. And we just did a little tickle to that Deoxys. Going for a Thunderbolt, some nice damage. They're bringing in a Baston, and it's getting a little nervous, but we still have Mawile, which can handle this, as well as Scrafty, resisting the Rock Throw and doing super effective with the counter, as well as the Power-Up Punch because of the Steel and Rock. Gotta love this here. So we're going to be doing a lot of damage before they finally take us down. They're going to have energy ready to throw here. So I do put in my Mew, expecting them to throw and not wanting us to take them out, but they don't give in, and they farm us all the way down. And this is okay here. I'm going to go ahead and use our first shield, take them out. And they're going to be coming back in with Deoxys. This is perfectly fine here. They just, give up the match and realize that that was a win for me and looking good. I'm enjoying the Mew big time. As far as the IVs, you get what you get. We have a good lead with the Machamp here. This is great, expecting them to swap. And more than likely, we're going to go into Scrafty. Yep, they have that Steel type. We're going to go ahead and throw that. Now, we could have technically thrown in the Mawile, but the matchup up against Machamp isn't the best. And we also can get taken out with Earthquake as opposed to Scrafty. That's going to be able to simply take it anyways, just like that, no problem, while we continue to do a bunch of damage. They're swapping into a Venusaur, and this is another problem that I was having with my Mew, is being walled by grass types, specifically Venusaur here, because of the water and electric type moves. I wanted to go with Flame Charge, but yeah, we'll switch it up. But the thing is, you can't just do that. It takes so many TMs to get the move you want now. So we're swapping, doing some damage to that Venusaur, but they're retreating with energy. Coming in here with Machamp. We're shieldless, unfortunately, so that cross chop doing devastating damage. We take our sweet time getting to this Power-Up Punch, which is going to do some okay damage, but they're using their last shield. We're going to go ahead and throw in our Mew with loaded energy, getting off a Surf to take out this Machamp here. And this is a shieldless battle. What are they going to come back in here? More than likely the Galarian Stunfisk, and there it is. We have energy ready to go. It is going to go down. Mew put it in some work here with Surf. Let's go. And there's that Venusaur. We're swapping the catch. Oh, this was so nice. I love it when I do that. All right. If you've played Saints Row 2 back in the day, that was a taunt that I used online. That made people rage so hard whenever I took them out. And then I would go over to them once they were out, and I would do that taunt. I love it when you do that once I got them. Oh, man, they would. Woof, the inboxes. All right, into the... oh, back in the day. We have a Bastodon here. So I'm not too familiar with a lot of these matchups. Obviously, Wild Charge is going to do a lot, but we're doing super effective with this, so we're going to continue on here. This is perfectly fine. Getting in quite a few of those. Well, 2, and then they're getting in that Stone Edge. We could have survived that, but then those Smackdowns would have taken us out. So we're just going to go ahead and shield that up. And I didn't like the situation here. They were letting it go down, so we're down to shield. This is fine. We're just going to go straight for the Wild Charge, expecting them to shield it up. So at least we'll be at an even shield situation, and we're simply going to go in here with Mawile and, yeah, have a little fun here. Let's go, and all right, farming all the way down, not even able to get to a charge, bringing in a Medicham. We're going to go straight for the Iron Head, going straight for that damage here, getting it through, swapping into Scrafty. And yep, we're taking super effective, but this is the play that we need to do to take the win here. Going for a Power-Up Punch, wondering if they have Psychic or Ice Punch, probably Psychic. And so they're just going to vamp up their attack, using their last shield. We have 1 shield left. What are we waiting for? Well, we're waiting for the very last second. That's what we're going to save it for. In comes Mawile, and we're able to take it down with Fire Fang. Alrighty, on to our next opponent, folks. What's it going to be? What are we going to be met with for the lead? It is a Galarian Stunfisk, and I must say, I love it when you do that. Is that going to be my new saying? Alright, so anyways, going for the Surf. The very satisfying Surf on the blue Mew. Gotta love that. And they're letting it go through, doing some nice damage here. We're letting this go through, Earthquake or Rock Slide. It is an Earthquake doing some nice damage. They're swapping into a Talonflame, and I'm like, alright. I could have went for a Wild Charge. But I thought they might shield it, but they're letting it go through, and it looks like we're using our Toxicroak here. All right, this thing is so fun, but we can find ourselves in a lot of trouble if there's a Hypno in the back, and we're able to take them down with the counters and farming them quite a bit as well. So we're loaded up on energy. What are they going to come back? It's a Venusaur. Could have went Sludge, but I was like, I wanted to get some shields out of them, and they didn't give it up there, so that's a little unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and go for another one, but we still have a Mawile as long as we get this thing out of the way, because it does kind of wall the Mew that we currently do have with just the water and electric. So that is a bit of an issue. We're going to go ahead and let it go down so the Mawile can come in here and just start going to town. And we're able to farm it down all the way. They're coming in here with the Galarian Stunfisk, and this is pretty much a wrap. The Mawile is going to be able to finish this off here, going for the Power-Up Punch and then Fire Fanging down and taking the win with a shield on both ends. Very nice. Into the next battle here. Let's see what we're going to be met with. And I think we use Toxicroak for the remainder of the battles as well. I found it quite nice, so long as we don't find a Hypno in the back. A little bit of lag there. Going to go ahead and go straight for the Surf in case they use a shield. And we also want to let the attacks go through and don't want to take extra damage, so we're going to not hit that Wild Charge quite yet. And they're going for a Weather Ball. And another one. See, this thing is extremely spammy. The Alolan Ninetales, man. And it does hit pretty hard. Very reliable Pokemon in the Great League and in the Ultra League if you do have an XL. So we're going to finally get a shield out of them here. And I'm going to let it go through and then go in here with the Mawile and farm. Actually, I may go Toxicroak. I think I get a little bold. I don't remember. What was it? All right, Toxicroak. I like it. So they're swapping instantly and going into their Mew. So we're going to swap into our Mawile here. And putting in some damage, quite a bit of damage with that Fire Fang in that short amount of time. And that was a very nice Flame Charge call with the last shield here. Going to go for a Power-Up Punch just to vamp up our Fire Fang. They're not giving up a shield. That's a little unfortunate, expecting that here. And this is absolutely going to be taking us out. We at least can go in with the Mew and farm, but they're going to be swapping instantly. And they do have a Machamp, and it is down to the wire here, folks. Am I going to be able to pull this off? Let's see here. Getting that last shield out of them. And it's just up to this Toxicroak pretty much. And a Cross Chop. And I don't think that this is going to happen. I mean, I stayed in the fight because their other Pokemon are kind of low, so in comes the Mew, and I wanted to farm down and have energy, but unfortunately we didn't have enough health. It's a good game. That was a good one. Funny they had a Mewtwo as well. On to our next battle here. We have a Talonflame, so both of our charge moves are super effective, and this is fantastic. We're not going to go for Wild Charge. There's no need. We want to hold on to that defense for now, seeing that this is also going to be super effective, and more than likely get a shield just like that. And we will be shielding this up. We don't know if it's Flame Charge or Brave Bird. It is just a Flame Charge. Now we expect them to give up a shield here potentially. Yep, there it goes. And they give up 2 shields on this thing, so that sounds all right. I think we're going to go ahead and do the same as well and shield this up. Let's see if they swap to catch. No, we're going to be able to take that thing out and have a little bit of health to go up against whatever they do throw at us here. Hopefully it's not an Umbreon, and it is a Ninetales, so this is fine. And we're able to get to a Surf before they take us down, which is even better. We're going to go ahead and go in here with our Mawile and put in some work. That thing really can't do much to us. They're swapping into a Stunfisk, regular one, so this Mud Bomb is going to hurt significantly to the Toxicroak. Yeah, that did a lot of damage, about 75% there. We're going to go ahead and go for our own super effective Mud Bomb. Can we pull this off here? Now, I'm thinking, of course they're going to take us out. Can I farm down with the Mawile? I don't know about this one. Let's see. Yes, we're able to take them out. Beautiful. And they go ahead and back out. We take the win. Thank you, Mawile, at the end. Thank you, all the Pokemon that I'm using. Everybody plays their part. Why am I thinking imaginary digital things here? I don't know. All right, on to the next battle. We're met with a Azumarill, and I'm thinking to myself, about time. About time. This is why we have Wild Charge. Now let's see if it's even worth it here. So they're going for an Ice Beam, and I thought Mew would be a little tankier, but it's not. So I mean, that doesn't change my thoughts on it. It's still fantastic and fun because of the crazy and wild moves that it could potentially have. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Surf. And they let it go. I'm like, wow, nice call there, buddy. So they're swapping, and at least we have this hard counter swap here. Even a Shadow Mawile, yep, it's definitely a hard counter. Brave Bird is going to hurt, but I mean, geez, you're doing so much damage with the Fire Fang here. So we're just going to go ahead and tear into it and take them out. Mawile just did its job. Fantastic. Toxicroak, I do believe, is what we have in the back. Doesn't need to worry about that flyer anymore, even though it can do stuff to Skarmory. We have a Galarian Stunfisk, and they back out. They're like, wait a minute, what the heck is Mawile doing over here, and why is it destroying my team by itself? So they, good game. On to the next opponent. We're met with a Galarian Stunfisk. I love this lead. I love this lead with Mew. It's so comfortable. So it's simply just going to be throwing these Surfs here. And, you know, let the Earthquake go through, potentially wait for a swap here into something, and we'll take it from there. So they're going for a Rock Slide. Oh, that sounds good. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Surf. More than likely a Shield here. There it is. And this is absolutely another Rock Slide. So we're going to go ahead and let it go through. The quick moves are nothing to worry about. We're able to get to a Surf before them. If they want to double up Shield on this thing, I mean, you know, go ahead. They're letting it go through. We haven't used a Shield, and it is a Machamp. And we have a Toxicroak. So this is beautiful. They're swapping into a Emolga. And we're going to go ahead and go into our Mawile. So this is a battle I don't think I've ever done before with Mawile. Very interesting. Figure they were going to go for Discharge, just do the damage to us there. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Power Up Punch, just vamping it up. They're swapping, and I was expecting that. Going into the Toxicroak, we're still holding on to 2 shields here. So we are looking pretty decent, but we need to be careful with what we do with those shields, because that Emolga is going to be able to actually destroy us if we let it, because it does have Aerial Ace. Super effective to Toxicroak here. And the counter and Mud Bomb are not very effective. We're letting that go through and swapping into Mawile to take control here. We will be shielding this up, and we will be taking them out, and then going in with Toxicroak and finishing it off. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be catching you all later. Take care, trainers.